to be used to attack the innocent Delta State people, to attack the innocent Deltans, to kill the innocent Delta. Don't we deserve to know at least the one who intended to kill us? The individual and group who planned of killing us, who purchased guns and smuggled them into the state to kill innocent people, to kill us. Don't we deserve to know, Your Excellency? Don't we? You have kept that information to yourself. But like I said, people like me, we already know the owners of those guns that you displayed in Asaba. We already know the Shekiris own them. And it is those guns that they have been boasting about publicly. This insecurity in the state has gotten to the point that the Shekiris are now coming out to boast of owning guns in public, on national stage platforms, while organizing a press conference. A press conference that was covered by Arise TV and other national TV stations. Shekiris came out to boast about it. Say we get things Tuesday. Alex Eyon boasting about owning guns. Your Excellency, what have you done about it? Nothing. As a matter of fact, the same Alex Eyon who boasted publicly about owning guns Tuesday and Thursday was at a meeting with you at Asaba few days after he has made that declaration. Few days after he has made that confession and boasted about owning guns, he was at a meeting with you. The Delta State stakeholders meeting that you held in Asaba. Alex Eyon was there. What did you do to him, Your Excellency? What did you do to him? The same man who boasted of owning guns that he intended to attack the innocent, the just and robbers of Warri Federal Constituency with, was in a meeting with you, who called himself the chief security officer of the state, and you did nothing about it. Today you are coming out to say you want to tackle the insecurity in the state. Governor, forget that thing. Your Excellency, forget it. We not in our politics in the play. And it's so sad that the governor of our state is playing politics with our lives. It is so sad. It is so sad that our governor in Delta State is playing politics with our lives. When governors in other states are tackling insecurity, spending the state resources to tackle insecurity in their states, our own is gathering the monies, resources to fund his campaign in his second term ambition. While others are spending monies to tackle insecurity and criminal activities, Governor Borowori is gathering the money to fund his campaign for his second term ambition. While leaving Deltans to die. While leaving Deltans to die in the hands of these criminals. And then you dare to come out here today to tell us that you want to tackle insecurity. For where? How? Your Excellency, don't try to mislead us. We all know your intentions. We all know the reason why you are organizing this security summit. We all know it. So don't try to fool Delta State people. You and your son, you guys do not mean well for the people of Delta State. You don't mean well for us. We know. If you meant well for the people of Delta State, you would have tackled this insecurity. You would have arrested the Olof Shekiri and his gang. No throne is above the law. The supremacy of the law covers every throne. So if you give immunity to a particular throne, you have elevated that throne above the constitution of this country. The law. The rule of law covers every throne, every position in this country. Even including the president, who is the number one citizen of the state. The rule of law covers him as well. So who is a mayor Olof Shekiri that you cannot arrest? Who is a mayor Olof Shekiri that you cannot arrest? Especially when the informations are out there that is directly behind these criminal activities. Who is it that you cannot arrest, Your Excellency? And you come out to say you want to address security. See, now campaign strategy. I don't want to make this broadcast a very long one. I'll just terminate in a few minutes from now. But I want Deltans to know that Governor Sheriff Oborowori does not care about our lives and our properties. And that is why if I add my way, I will not vote for Governor Oborowori now. I will tell Deltans not to vote for Governor Sheriff Oborowori. We should look for somebody else and entrust our lives and our properties, the safety of our lives and properties, to someone else than to entrust it to Governor Oborowori, who has failed us for 4 good years. He has failed us when it comes to the security challenges. I know people will talk about the infrastructural development, the building of roads, the construction of flyovers, and the rest. People will lay emphasis on those. But what is the importance of this infrastructural development if the people are not alive to put them to use? Your Excellency, what is the essence of these flyovers and roads that you are building in the states if the people are not alive to put them to use or to use them? What is the essence? People are dying and you are building roads when you're supposed to tackle the security first. You abandon the security situation and you are building roads. And it's a good thing to build roads, but I'm asking you, Your Excellency, if you continue building roads while the people are dying out of insecurity, who will use those roads? Who will apply those roads? Who will put to use the schools that you are building? Who? Is it our ghosts? Is it the ghost of Deltans that will be using the schools, attending the schools that you are building, the roads that you are constructing, and the flyovers? Is it our ghost that will put them to use? Governor Oborowori, you have failed Deltans. You have failed Deltans. And some people may say that I belong to the opposition party. I don't belong to any political party. That is who I am. I am Comrade Freeborn Ebimaya Abraye. I don't belong to any political party. I don't belong to any political party, so don't make it look like I am defending the opposition party. I don't belong to the APC. I do not belong to the NDC. I don't belong to the ADC or PDP. I don't belong to any political party. And that is why I can address any government official undermining whichever political party you are in. So this is not about attacking Governor Sheriff Oborowori in order to support a particular political party. This is not that. I am saying what is right, and Deltans know about it. Deltans, you know. And that is why, for me, I will not give Governor Sheriff Oborowori my vote in 2027. If by chance it happens that my vote will be what will make Governor Sheriff Oborowori win the election, I would rather get a void vote than to vote for Governor Sheriff Oborowori to win. I would rather give it to his opponents. I don't care the ethnic group that opponent comes from, but I rather entrust the safety of my life and my properties and the lives of my children and my people in the hands of a man I do not know if he has the capacity to handle it, than entrust it to a man that has already failed us, has proven that he does not have the capacity. What are we saying in this state? What did happen for this state? What did happen for this state? To the point that criminals are beginning to waving guns from transportation lines where you don't hear them before. Say now, people they waving guns, put guns for package, they waving from one point to another, from Ekpan to Sapele, from Sapele to Agbo, from Agbo to Asaba. They waving gun from Wari to Ole. They waving gun around the states. They don't hide it anymore. Criminals don't hide their activities anymore in Delta states. And we receive one of the highest allocations from the federal government. Yet, Sheriff Oborowori cannot tackle the insecurity. He cannot tackle the insecurity. The other day, he was boasting of the resources that are coming into Delta State. He said, Delta State get money. Say, we get money. What are you using the money on? Your Excellency, what are you using these monies that you are boasting about on? What are you using them on? If not for you to fund your second-term ambition. If not for you to fund your second-term ambition, what have you been using it on? And the infrastructure development that you have been carrying out in the states, like the building of roads and flyovers and schools, hospitals, all of this, what you spend on this infrastructural project is not up to what Deltans will see as chicken change. A very, very insignificant infinitesimal amount of money that you spent on this infrastructural development compared to what is coming from the federal government and the internally generated revenues in these states. You come out to say, I don't build roads now, I don't build flyovers now, I don't build schools, I have renovated schools, I have built hospitals, I have renovated old hospitals, I have done this, I have done that, I pay civil servants. Is that enough? Is that enough? It is not about building roads and paying civil servants too. The people are dying. Deltans cannot sleep with their both eyes closed anymore. Deltans now sleep with one eye open because they don't know the next minute. They don't know if the next minute somebody will bang on their doors with a machete or a gun to attack them. So Deltans now sleep with one eye open. Every single evening you see them parading their perimeters of their house just to be sure that there is no criminal element in that environment. Deltans have become automatic vigilantes. Even though it's a fact that security is everybody's business. But then, the responsibility is being more saddled on the shoulders of the government, Your Excellency, to tackle this insecurity. But you have failed. Even though the security in our society is everybody's business, but Your Excellency, you have been the one who have been selected out by Deltans to spearhead these security issues. So if we are talking about security, you are supposed to be the one to answer to us. But look at what you have been doing. Your son, Junior Sheriff Oborowori, is purchasing gun for people. They buy motor for people. If now motor in they buy for criminals, now gun in never they buy for criminals. Now gun in never they buy for criminals with our state money. If Junior Sheriff Oborowori can come out in the public to purchase a car for a known criminal, somebody who came out in the public to boast of being a cultist, being a member of the Aya confraternity, the secret cult. Your son came out to purchase a car for that man. What have you given to that man? You have given him more mind, more courage. You have given him mobility to access some areas of the state that he could not access without a car. Now he can go around the nooks and crannies of the state to recruit young innocent daughters to blend them into his cult group. That is what you have given to that man. You have given him mobility. And with that mobility, he will recruit innocent daughters, young boys and girls, into his cult gang. Your Excellency, you and your son, you are a disappointment to Delta State. I will say it every day. I will say it every day. You and your son are a disappointment to Delta State. You don't deserve to be our governor. That is why if it were to be me who will be deciding the fate of the elections, Governor, your own don't pass. Your own don't pass. Your book, we don't mark them. We don't mark them bad. We don't mark them bad. Forget all of these things that you are doing. The emergency road construction and the rest what you do. We don't mark them bad. And to those of you who might say I'm fighting APC, I'm not fighting APC. Oh. Like I said, I do not belong to any political party. I only support the political party that prioritizes the protection of the lives and properties of Deltans and Nigerians at large. That is the political party I support. Even though I'm not going to be a card-carrying member of any political party. But if I see a political party that is more concerned about protecting the lives and properties of Delta State people and Nigerians in extension, I will give that political party my support. I will give that politician my support. So this is not about me attacking APC. No, I'm not attacking APC. I'm not attacking APC. So nobody should bring that to this platform. Governor Oborowori have failed us. Now he's organizing a security summit tomorrow at Asaba. Why are you organizing a security summit when you know that you will not act on the resolutions that will be reached at that summit? When you know. We all know you will not act on the resolutions that will be met at the conclusion of that summit, did you do anything about the one that you organized, the Security Trust Fund? Is it not the Security Trust Fund that you constituted, and under your watch, insecurity is rising every day in the state? The Delta State Security Trust Fund, what have you done with it? Good people, well-meaning individuals in the states contributed, donated immense amount of money to improve the security architecture of Delta State. Yet, you did not use that money to do what they have been meant for. Rather, you are piling them up. You are stocking them to fund your campaign for your re-election ambition, bid. To fund your campaign. And you come out to say, I'm concerned about the lives and properties of Delta. You are not concerned about anything, Your Excellency. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. Sorry, this will sound disrespecting, but I am telling you, Your Excellency, you have not done well for the people of Delta State. And by that, you do not deserve our vote. You don't deserve a re-election. We cannot continue to celebrate failures. You cannot continue to celebrate failures. And in this context, Your Excellency, you are a failure. You are a failure. You have failed the people of Delta State. And to those of you who are members of different political parties, we as Deltans, we should not encourage any individual or government official who is not prioritizing the protection of our lives and our properties, all in the name of party affiliations. Because of party affiliations, we should not do that too. Or personal relation. We shouldn't do that. Just because I belong to the APC and the governor is an APC, so I must protect the interest of the governor because we are in the same party. The party is supreme over. Don't do that. Genuine Deltas will not do that. Genuine Deltas. The party is supreme because you are in a particular ethnic, political party. So you are supporting the government official that is in that political party, even when that person is doing something wrong. Deltas, we should snap out of such a mediocrity. We should snap out of such mediocrity and face the reality. Address issues objectively, not with sentiments or political affiliations. We don't do that. So, Your Excellency, I will say this for the last time. Your so-called planned security summit is a scam. Your so-called security summit is a scam. You are looking for avenues to get more resources from good and well-meaning individuals of the state to further fund your campaign in 2027. That is what you are looking for. Now money you define, you be also now money you define, Governor Borowori. Now money you define to fund your election. If not, you not care about the lives of Delta State people. When they say somebody when carry guns, different guns, they enter Delta State. When you and your security persons catch red-handed, when I catch the person with the different guns, but today, what happened to that person? You allow the person they walk out free. You allow the person they walk out free. Nothing they happen. Nothing. The case died down. The case died down under your watch. And you can't tell us today, say you want tackle insecurity. Oh boy, Governor, I beg, forget that thing. Look for another lie to tell. Look for another political campaign strategy. This one is dead on arrival. It's dead on arrival. So guys, I will terminate this broadcast here because this is not what I am supposed to be talking about today. My main broadcast